Confessions, episode 23, in 5, 4, 3, 2...
Peace, everybody. Confessions. Peace, everybody. Confessions. Peace, everybody. Confessions. You are listening to Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on 102 Jam. What's happening, everybody? We are back for another episode of Confessions with Brian T. Bethea. I am your host, of course, Brian T. Bethea. Thank you for coming back and listening to me this week. Listen, we got another dope topic again this week. Talking about our mental health, man. Everyone struggling with your mental health. This is the show that you need to listen to. We have our expert in the building, Dr. Eugenia Agard, who we will be discussing the topic with. And so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Remember, WJHM102jams.com. We'll be right back with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea. Peace.
Hey guys, this is TC1, and when I stay in Orlando, I like to stay at the Quality Suites over on International Drive. They are amazing properties, simple rooms in an all-suite hotel with outdoor pool, a restaurant, plus free Wi-Fi and a shuttle. Guys, give them a call at 407-363-0332. They're located at 7400 Canada Ave, Orlando, Florida, 32819.
All you dolls out there, this is me, Sizzle. 2019 flew by and my friend still did not have the body she wanted. Then I discovered a solution. The Cosmetic Surgery Place. Yes, cosmetic surgery. Don't spend another minute miserable. Call 407-636-5000. She did. Now my friend is all of that and then some.
Be one of the next 7 callers to receive your breast surgery. Free with a tummy tuck. Yes, free. Call now at 407-636-5000.
This is Aretha Simons. When I'm driving, I'm listening to Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on 102 Jams.
Are you frustrated with your computer? Tired of waiting for the computer to let you get your work done? Having an IT professional available when you need him can be invaluable to your business. With a Your Computer Solutions monthly service plan, you can enjoy error-free computing and get your tasks done when you want them done. Got a virus or malware warning? Call YCS and let them remotely solve the issue for you. Computer running slow? Give YCS a call and they will remotely fix it. When? Well, right away. On average, our clients are back up and running within 10 minutes of their call. If you want your computer to run smoothly month after month, just get the Your Computer Solutions monthly service plan. Your Computer Solutions is there when you need them. Call us today at 407-826-0810. I repeat, 407-826-0810. Emergency repair when you need it. Call us, 407-826-0810.
And sorry, y'all. Once again, we are back. Y'all excuse me for sounding like I'm 13, even though I'm 40-something years old over there for a second. Had a puberty thing going on right there for a second. We are back again with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM 102 Jams. And thank y'all for, again, tuning in for another week. Another great topic and another special guest. We appreciate y'all, definitely. Listen, man, tonight's topic is definitely become a hot topic within the past couple of years. I don't know what really made it jump off like that recently, but it just all of a sudden just comes into how our psyche or what have you, particularly within the Black community. So it is mental health. So what is mental health? We never really give a definition to it. Now, I'll just say mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. This is according to mentalhealth.gov. So to talk about our topic, we have brought on a young lady who people swear that we are related because we look alike a little bit. But, right now we just know that we're related through the spirit of God and whatnot. So we are welcoming to our show mental health expert, Dr. Eugenia Agard.
Hello. Thank you for having me here. First of all, it's a pleasure to be here and especially speaking on this topic.
Thank you very much for joining us. Well, first off, let's start off from the beginning. What made you decide to go into this field for mental health?
Well, Well, I've always been involved in the community, and I've been very passionate since I was a little girl. My mother was a pure example to lead by. She actually was someone the community looked up to, and anybody who had issues, they would come to my mother's house, our house, and speak to her. She took in so many people who were thrown away literally by their own parents. Who felt abandoned and discarded. So that was my foundation, the foundation of love. That's where mental health, if you're coming from mental health, if you're involved in mental health, you have to first have the spirit of love, and you want to sincerely help others.
I know it's tough, especially in our community when people talk about mental health. I know when I was growing up, particularly to give an example, we just thought, oh, somebody was just crazy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or whether it be, we didn't know if that person was schizophrenic or suffering from depression. You know, I know a lot of times now when I was coming up that people just thought depression was just like, oh, I'm depressed, get over it, or what have you.
Right.
And also, let me ask you, is ADHD considered a mental health issue?
It falls in the category.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, may I ask why, in your explanation, why does ADHD, and the only reason why I ask because I know my son got diagnosed with ADHD,
Mm-hmm.
So why does that particularly fall into, in your own words, fall into mental health?
Okay, the issue is that sometimes it has to be managed by medication. Mm-hmm. The ability to focus. Sometimes when we're not able to focus and just improper diagnosis, they don't understand what's happening, and they think it's behavioral issues when it really is something going on neurologically. So that's why it falls into the category. And with support, everyone doesn't always need medication. Sometimes you just need certain tools. You need measures where everybody's working as a whole. That means mom and dad and the child, as well as the school, the classroom setting. We have to make it where it's easy for the child to be able to focus and take out some of the stimuli that's actually taking place. So that's how it all falls into category.
Okay. For someone with let's start with ADHD, for example. For someone with ADHD, other than taking medications like Adderall or something in that regard, what are some of the steps or some of the techniques they can learn to help focus better?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what we want to do is try to have the child focus, unwind, get some of that activity out. So maybe we can do some activities, calming exercises, just low providing stimulus. So definitely phones. We don't want the children with these telephones. That's the main thing that's happening today with our children. Their stimuli is the TV, the cell phone, the light. So we want to kind of get them calm before they go to bed. You know, take those things away. Get them to start unwinding. So there's just different steps that we can utilize. There's things we can do in the classroom setting. Parents, we need to watch different things, sodas that promote that stimuli.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, I do know, speaking with education, because I mentioned that, I know a lot of people, I just found out within the past year or so that some children are eligible for, I believe it's called, is it a 504?
The school program, yes, and they have intervention where they can pull them out or they can have extra instruction, yes, and that's free. The school has to provide it if they are diagnosed and they meet that criteria. Mm-hmm. So that's something for parents to become involved, have their child screened so that they can receive those services in the classroom.
Okay. Now, are there certain instances where the school can actually ask, not necessarily ask, but go ahead and enforce that, or does the parent themselves have to give that permission for the school to do that?
Well, definitely the parent should be an advocate because you want the best for your child.
Right.
There's no such thing as stigma when it's working towards your child, helping your child receive the support that they need. And sometimes we have to educate our parents to understand that this is a tool that the child can use. So hopefully both the child, the parent, the school, we're all working together. And if it's impeding in the child's education, then the school can definitely say, well, this parent is not following through. We need to see if we can call a meeting in, if we need to do something else. I know in Long Island, if there's different states have different criteria, but in Long Island, they actually will bring the parent to into the system. They will involve them into the system if they're not following through. They can actually receive a case and for not following through in terms of child neglect.
Okay, I was going to ask that. You just answered my next question. Do you know if that's anywhere specific to any other states or areas?
Well, a lot of states kind of follow some of the same guidelines, but I definitely know, because I used to work very closely in the child welfare system in Long Island, that was very prominent. We had caseloads of parents not complying and their child was suffering. So I'm pretty sure Florida must have a model similar to the same.
Okay. And I can tell you're definitely from Long Island. You kept saying in Long Island. That's only a Long Island thing that we only know.
So true. Long Islanders here.
We only say out on the island if we're talking about, where we're going. If we're back home in New York somewhere, we only say, I'm going back out on the island.
Yes.
We say we live in Long Island.
Very true.
So what made you start? You have an organization called Hugs. What made you start Hugs?
Okay, so first let me define what Hugs is. Hugs, most people think hugs, embracing. So hugs is for healing, understanding, guiding, and supportive services. So hugs is all of that. We are people who believe that hugs heal, and they do. Not just from the definition of what I just said, but statistically as well as scientifically, hugs really heal. It helps lower your blood pressure.
I've heard that. Yeah.
It releases endorphins that give off the happy feeling. It also has a feeling of belonging, that someone cares. So a lot of times in the field that I'm in, a lot of people have not been touched. You would be surprised to know how many people are not touched. Even in their own homes and with parents, there's a cold and aloofness that can take place at times, and children are not touched. So we found that it's very important, based on statistics and based on what I saw as a child, not from my own home, but from like I said, the people who came to my home. So Hugs is very important. So we started an agency, and I felt it was good to name it Hugs. And actually, all of my different foundations are related to Hugs.
And how long did it, from the time you thought about the idea to the time it came to fruition, how long was that? How long did that process take?
Okay, so with the mental health, as soon as I was able to provide mental health therapy, I opened up Hugs here in Florida. Hugs is also established in Long Island. We have a Hugs there as well, but that's another entity. That's social work mixed in with real estate. So we provide social work for people who do not have services, people who are underprivileged and they need housing, or their child is in foster care and the only barrier to care is through housing. So Hugs steps in and we identify those people who may be homeless or most at risk, most vulnerable populations. We find housing, and so that's how that came about. So Hugs has been around for well over 20 years. In the state of Florida, we've been here for about 7 years.
Okay. I just realized that because I know you had talked about, me and you had this conversation before, or I overheard you talking about it before. I didn't realize until, for some reason, just now, that you had started it. Because I was only equipping it with because I know you've been very involved in the Orlando community with specifically mental health and whatnot. But I want to also ask you, in regards to that, when I just said, how important is communication, communication and miscommunication sometimes with mental health? Because let's say reason why I bring this up, like for example, you have a child that may be suffering from depression or what have you, because he may think that his parents or what have you don't love them or whatnot, because they're not really affectionate or what have you. So he's thinking one thing, but maybe their parents just weren't. How should I say? They just weren't brought up in a household with.
They didn't learn that behavior, right?
Right. With because I know somebody like that who said that they don't. In her family, she never heard "I love you." She never heard, hugs. She's like, she just told me one day, I love you thing. No, we don't do that. And I'm just like, I thought it was interesting. Right. So if a parent doesn't bring up how they were brought up, can that bring on like mental health, like depression or a sense of like not feeling worthy or anything like that?
Right. That's a good point, Brian. Unfortunately, there is generational patterns, and some people, it's just normal hug or not to be affectionate or not to say I love you, that doesn't mean that that person doesn't love them.
Right.
However, their sense of display is not what we might say is befitting for emotional attachment. And yes, some children really, I mean, it's needed. And so some children are hypersensitive to that, and they will have a feeling as if they are not, especially if they see it in other children. They're going to a game and they see that their parents don't even give them a goodbye hug. They're like, okay, we'll see you later, and goodbye. And the other parents are like, hey, Johnny, do good, do well, we'll see you. And they embrace, and it's very emotionally attached. Or so there's differences, and sometimes you can internalize that. And yes, it does cause a problem. And especially if you're in a household, again, it's another example. If you're in a household and your parents are doing it with one child, or maybe the other siblings, but you're not receiving it, yes, that can also, again, the foundation of your entity, your being, is where you feel supported and loved by your parents, right?
Right.
That's our first interaction is with our caretakers. And sometimes if it's just a mom, some people have mom and dad, but that foundation has to be there. And a lot of times when it's not, we're looking for love in the wrong places. And this is why we find people branching out to gangs. They're doing the wrong things. Some people are becoming a little more promiscuous, looking for love. There's a lot of issues that occur from that. So that's a good topic we can continue to enhance on.
Okay, and just briefly, this is something I'm assuming that you've definitely dealt with some of without breaching like HIPAA. That's something that you've personally dealt with some of the people that you've seen.
Oh yes, that's a major problem.
Okay.
Feeling isolated, feeling alone, feeling abandoned. That is the foundation of where a lot of mental health starts.
Gotcha. Because I've often wondered how much of that is like a misconception. Maybe if this is why I had asked the question in just a second. But listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to come right back, continue talking with Dr. Agard in just a moment. Again, you're listening to Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM102jams.com. We'll be right back. Remember, download that app, or if you have an Android. All right, download the app if you have an Android. We'll be right back in just a few minutes, y'all. We'll see y'all in just a few minutes. All right, see y'all in just a few. Peace.
Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org.
Peace, family. Again, this is Brian with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea. Don't want y'all to forget, also, I host a weekly open mic called Writer's Block. Who's next? Every Saturday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday at TNT Cafe. That's TEANDTEA Cafe. Address 127 West Fairbanks Avenue in Winter Park. So again, Writer's Block at TNT Cafe, 127 West Fairbanks Avenue in Winter Park. Peace, y'all.
RBS Show would like to thank Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures for being one of our sponsors. I got to go on an airboat and saw a real gator. I even got to go to the gem mine and mine for some gems. We ate a steak dinner at the restaurant and even got some gator bites. If you want to have a blast with the entire family, I suggest you go to www.bcairboats.com right now. Get your tickets today. The website again is bcairboats.com.
Stop! Put that hammer down. If you are frustrated with your computer, we have a better way. Call Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810 and let one of our staff handle it for you. Again, our number is 407-826-0810, and we can work remotely or on-site to solve your computer issues. Use your computer hammer-free with Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810.
See David Smith Law.com.
You can call him at 407-801-2667.
Wait, you are not Chuck.
My dad can help when people get hurt. He loves to help people.
If you are ever injured at work or in a car accident, you should call my friend Chuck.
You can call him at 407-801-2667.
The website again is cwsmithlaw.com.
Offices, Orlando.
Does it actually have that much W's?
Aw, Dad, my computer's slow again and I can't play my games.
Call Your Computer Solutions today, and we will scan for viruses and clean that computer up remotely and make it fast again. Our phone number is 407-826-0810.
Thanks, Dad. My computer's fast again. Now I can do my homework. Thanks for calling Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810.
And we are back again. Thank y'all for tuning in to WJHM102jams.com for Confessions with Brian T. Bethea. And again, we are back with Dr. Eugenia Agard. So we're just going to pick right back up where we left off. So we were talking about misconceptions sometimes that people get, which may trigger certain types of mental health issues like depression and whatnot. So let's continue there. Now, we do know that people can reach out to their different outlets, whether it be gangs, whether it be drugs, alcohol, or what have you. What is it that you think that people just love that want to be connecting to somebody? What is love like part of like a I guess my question is love part of like a connection that we all feel as human beings that we feel like sometimes we don't get when we feel like rejected?
Well, I would say that most people, not everyone, but most people do want to feel a connection. A lot of times, which is a mental health disorder, is social anxiety. We begin to have some social anxieties, feeling left out, feeling inept to follow and communicate. And so we have a sense of belonging. We want to belong, but sometimes we just can't. So yeah, it's important. We all want to, most of us. There's some people who really they want to be left alone. Then that's a diagnosis as well. That's a population. And it doesn't mean that something's wrong with them, but there is a diagnosis for that. And they just want to be to themselves. But for the most of the population, yes, we want a connection, even if it's just with another person, someone we can talk to, someone that feels like they're there for me when I need someone. Don't you have that connection? Don't you feel like you want that?
Absolutely.
I know I do. And so most people, in there, they definitely want that. And sometimes when you don't have that, it creates depression. It can create anxiety. It can create social anxiety. It can cause many issues where you have low self-esteem. It's a trickle-down effect.
And my next question is in regards to why does it seem like to me that people always, when they're going through like depression or neglect or what have you, and specific like mental illnesses, why do they gravitate towards things that are negative rather than things that are necessarily positive, like gangs or alcohol, drugs, or what have you? Why is it they can go that route? Or instead of going to maybe an art program or a poet, because I'm a poet, I'm gonna be a little biased right now. A poetry show or something or.
Sure. Well, it's easier to find. Negativity is easier to find, and so coping skill. It's a way of numbing yourself so that you don't feel the pain. Drugs is a numbing mechanism. This opiate crisis that we are in, we are in it. It's a numbing. If you go and look at some of these people who've stated that they've been on drugs, they stated, and they may not even have tried to be on drugs. They were sick in the hospital and they were prescribed opiates, and then they realized, oh my God, this feeling is numbing. It has taken me away from the problems. And so it's easier to go that route. In fact, when you're depressed, most people are not getting out of bed. It's like, I have to lay here. And so you would think, well, let me get out and get some fresh air. I'll feel better. No, your body is not. Your mind is not. You don't have the willpower. You don't have the go. So it's easier to do the other side. And so that's another reason why we need support. We need support systems, people to help pick us up and say, hey, I noticed that you haven't been out. It's a change in your behavior. It's a change in things that you used to do. I notice you're not doing these things anymore. There's a whole change. You're not happy. You're coexisting,
right.
But you're not existing. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've noticed that sometimes, and even in my low points, I would just say, like, I know there were times where I might have been, like down or what have you,
Mm-hmm.
and it was easy just to go the route of just like, oh, let me just go out and drive what have you,
Mm-hmm.
or do what have you. But when it would help me get over what I'm going through, it would seem like it was a struggle,
right?
And I think I understand and I sympathize with people
Mm-hmm.
who are going through clinical depression, some type of mental health. I understand, and I'm just say this, and that's happening or going through it right now. Like, just stay in, do yourself a favor, and just do your best. If you have to, write a poem, write a song, and do something. Just stay creative, and you'd be surprised at what you can come up with.
Can I speak to that?
Yeah.
Thank you. Also, if you're not by yourself, I need this audience. You're not by yourself. A lot of times when you are depressed or you're suffering from any mental health disorder, or even a physical health disorder, you feel like you're the only one and you're suffering and you're by yourself. You are not. Can I say you are not alone? If you reach out, you become a part of support groups. There's individual therapy if you need to just start off there. There's some services that are offered free, depending on your cutoff and your insurance. You are not alone. Please know that. I'm depressed and there's no hope for me. There is you. There is hope for you. If you can hear this, and you can hear my voice, and you can hear Brian's voice, and you can hear this music, so that never ever give up. Please do not give up. Reach for help, please.
Yes, and I'm glad you said that, because even if y'all have to, those of y'all that are listening to me, it's people reach you, like your social media, or how can they get in contact with you if they need help?
Sure. Well, my webpage is Hugs with the S, Hugs Therapy Services with an S.com. You will be able to go on my webpage. You can fill out a form. It will come right to me, or you can call me directly at 407-791-1900. Again, 407-791-1900. And if there's anything I can do for you, we make home visits as well, mobile services if you can't get out, because we do have some patients agoraphobia, meaning that they are not going out. They are terrified.
Terrified of the public?
They cannot go out, or they have like severe anxiety or panic attacks. And so we offer that service, and some people are severely depressed and they just cannot get out. We don't want anyone to have a barrier to care. So we offer TMS, which is a signature supportive service that we offer at Hugs that we coined, and that stands for Therapeutic Mobile Services.
I'm glad you said there's actually a movie that's coming out in regards for that. There was, I don't want to give it away too much, but it's ironic. It's like a murder mystery that's happening. I can't remember the name of it.
Okay.
But the lady, the main character from the trailer is suffering. You said acrophilia? Acrophobia? Yeah.
Phobia. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she's suffering from that, and she's afraid to go out in public. I want to also ask you another question in regards to that. Is mental health is not necessarily being crazy, is it? I know that's what we deemed it.
Mental health, there's nothing to do with crazy. Okay, let me give a little statistic. 1 in 5 suffer from a mental health disorder in America, and these are the ones that we know about, right? Do you 5 people. So if we had 2 more people in this room, one of us, okay? Okay, so it's not something. Usually, it's compiled from things that happen from our environment, things that's genetic. There is hope. It's not crazy. We need support. We need to support each other, and if we can just let go of that concept, that's the reason why we have stigma. Mm-hmm. Stigma is so attached to mental health because people say, "Oh, you're just crazy," and people just having like mental health issues, and it's everywhere. But guess what? We have to say, you know what? This is curable, or this is treatable. You need help. You need to come out of the closet. Come out of the closet and get support. It is not something that is crazy. Please know that. We have to let go of that conception.
Yeah, is it more or less because I know it's not really talked about, especially in the Black community, mm-hmm. that about mental health. I know I know this is a running joke. I mean, it probably shouldn't be a joke, but it has turned into a running joke. Like the cure for ADHD back in the day was a whooping. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what,
Yeah.
Is it more or less, that has parents, for a child that has ADHD and for the parent to help understand that. I know some of us, I'm not saying in regards to me, I'm just saying, we've been taught, like I said, that a whooping was like the cure for. How do we get over that stigma, that or how can we best teach our children, or how can we teach parents out there the steps to like how to deal with somebody that has ADHD?
Okay, so going back to the community, mm-hmm. This is not a condition that we can pray away. This is not a condition that we can beat away. This is a real condition. So first thing is education. Education is so key, especially in our community, where statistically speaking, those who have been diagnosed with a mental health disorder do not participate in therapy. Less than half are participating in therapy. So, and those others who haven't been diagnosed are walking around undiagnosed, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's all due to stigma. So education is critical. Support. Why suffer in silence? Suicide rates are extremely high, especially for our veterans. Literally, every day we have 22 deaths by our veterans every day because they're alone, they're isolated, they are stigmatized because they're taught, hey, listen, you're a man, you handle it. Well, guess what? That doesn't work. That does not work. So education is so critical, and normalizing therapy, normalizing that, okay, so something's not right and we need to get help. Sometimes it can be managed strictly by psychotherapy, and sometimes you need to manage it with psychotherapy and medication. I don't believe in just somebody taking medication and not doing the other part, which is the psychotherapy, because you need to learn tools. You need to see what your triggers are. You need to know, okay, I'm starting to feel this way. I'm getting ready to have an episode. Let me work on getting it down so that we can reduce the duration and decrease the frequency. So there's things that you need to learn and work on. And so it should be hand in hand. So education is definitely critical. We cannot beat it out of someone.
Yeah, I do realize, in regards to how much do you feel like, and this is for any mental illness or what have you, it's like, that child is not acting right or what have you. Mm-hmm. I know there seems to be like a lack of patience. So because number one, the parent is already frustrated, probably because of the job situation, right, or what have you. To help take care of their family, mm-hmm. or they're at like their wit's end and they have no idea how to handle it.
Right.
So are there any steps also that a parent can take? I know sometimes a lot of, they may be giving the child a whipping or a beating or what have you, or even if you're taking it too far, let's say like a parent that's abusing their child because all the frustration and everything that they're going through. What are the steps? Are there any steps that they can do to decompress the anger out of them so that they're not beating their child out of the anger of the situation that they're in?
Right. Well, first, let me speak to that. Beating the child. I'm very much against corporal punishment, and that's what it is. Especially sometimes when parents are hitting their child and the child doesn't know why they're being hit. They don't understand and equate it to some behavior. And so again, education is important because we have to change those behaviors from the parents, the way and the patterns that maybe that were passed on to them. You know, that go get a switch from the tree right now. You know, this is behavior. It's a learned behavior. So then what worked for me is going to work for my child, but not necessarily because maybe you're also injured now. Injure the next generation. So we definitely want to help the parents learn, re-educate them, and have them learn that maybe we can try some other method for the child. You know, first we definitely want to make sure they understand what is wrong with the behavior that they demonstrated. Why is it wrong? How can it be dangerous for them? Why is it not good? Explain that and let them know why we need to do another method. And we can reward them for positive behaviors. So this is very key. People do not reward positive behaviors. We focus on the negative.
That is so true.
Right?
Yep.
So when your child is doing something really good, we need to say, oh my God, you did that so good. I'm so proud of you, or whatever they're doing. Because if we're only talking to the child every time they're doing something negative, sometimes they're doing negative so that you can speak to them positively. You know, and it's a weird way, but this is the process.
It's funny you say that because I've often wondered that sometimes if maybe because I'm doing a lot professionally with my podcast, acting stuff.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, it's doing a wonderful
And
job.
I've often wondered if maybe my child is acting a fool sometimes because maybe he's trying to get my attention. And I'm glad that you brought that up. So, you know, I do want to talk about some other things like I want to definitely ask you this question. What do you say to the person that says that has a mental health disorder, such as bulimia or anorexia? I'm just using those as an examples. What do you say to those people that say, I don't need help, or I don't want to get help? You know what I'm saying? But no, everyone that they need to get help somehow. How can you persuade somebody to go get the help they need? Okay, so just speaking on the anorexic or bulimic behaviors, that's usually involving control. They're controlling their circumstances. And sometimes we have to look at that person and see, well, do they feel like they're out of control, or do they feel like they don't have control over their environment and their life and their safety? Is that's some of the reason why people are self-esteem, image, and the self-control. So they have control when they throw up the food or what they eat and spit it back up. They have some relief, but looking in the mirror doesn't always help them realize, oh my God, I'm so skinny, like my bones are sticking out. They don't see that. They still see an image that is negative. So that is an intervention that is required. And just as if somebody also is depressed and they're not doing, have to again have the resources.
This is Aretha Simons. When I'm driving,
I screwed up. My problem. Someone was messaging me and I made a mistake. It's fine.
Okay.
We'll fix it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play back a little bit. I'm going to give, and this is your long one, so I'm going to push everything down about 1 more minute.
Okay.
To close out the
her statement?
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
But everyone gets to
So
see
where was I?
He's going to play back what you were going from, and then he's going to pick up where.
Okay.
Yep, it happens. First time it's ever happened with you, Brian, right?
I think so.
That was my fault. I was dealing with an issue with somebody. Okay, so let's see what we have with the tail.
And spit it back up. And just as if somebody also is depressed and they're not doing well, we have to again have the resources.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
As if somebody also is depressed and they're not doing well, we have to again have the resource negative. So that is it.
Okay, I'm going to do that negative. That works.
Okay.
I'm going to play this, and then as soon as that's done, I'm going to hit record so you can keep talking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then you got 1 minute.
Let me know when to start talking. Put your hand up or something.
It'll be right when the line hits here. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
See this? The line hits there, you can talk. Ready? You can hear it. Again, I apologize. My fault.
Esteem, image, and the control. So they have control when they throw up the food or what they eat and spit it back up. They have some kind of control. It gives them some relief. But looking in the mirror doesn't always help them realize, oh my God, I'm so skinny, like my bones are sticking out. They don't see that. They still see an image that is negative. So again, we need to educate. We need supportive services. We need family members being there to help guide, because they're not going to see, same as a depressed person, they're not going to see that they're not used to respond. Right?
Yes, I know that's tough. But now I don't think I've met anyone personally that's been like going through those type of image issues. I don't want to say that, but those type of issues, whether it be like with in regards to anorexia and bulimia or what have you. But listen, here's what we're going to do. I definitely wanted to. Can you just shout out your social media again? Can they reach you on social media?
Sure. Okay, so you can find me at hugstherapyservices.com. That's hugstherapyservices.com. You will see all the services that we offer. And my phone number is 407-791-1900. That's 407-791-1900. Hugs is ready to embrace you.
All right, and we'll be right back with more with Dr. Eugenia Agard in just a second. WJHM 102J. We'll be right back, y'all. Peace.
This is Aretha Simons. When I'm driving, I'm listening to Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on 102 Jams.
All you dolls out there, this is me, Sizzle. 2019 flew by and my friend still did not have the body she wanted. Then I discovered a solution. The cosmetic surgery place. Yes, cosmetic surgery. Don't spend another minute miserable. Call 407-636-5000. She did. Now my friend is all of that and
Next 7 callers to receive your breast surgery free with a tummy tuck. Yes, free. Call now at 407-636-5000.
Oak Ridge Gun Range is a shooting range that has been in business for over 30 years. They specialize in basic firearm training and offer numerous services such as consignments, gun trades, gunsmithing, and concealed weapon classes. I even got my training for gun safety at Oak Ridge Gun Range. Great customer service, and firearm safety is what they do best. OakRidgeGunRange.com. The Type Beard Show to thank one of our awesome sponsors, SlutChannelUS.com. These guys are very bring 21st century drainage solutions to reality. They can do corporate and government work. These are the guys that make roads and bridges safe in the rain. You can see them at SlutChannelUS.com. That website again is SlutChannelUS.com. Aw, Dad, my computer's slow again and I can't play my games.
Call Your Computer Solutions today and we clean that computer up remotely and make it fast again. Our phone number is 407-826-0810.
Thanks, Dad. My computer's fast again. Now I can do my homework. Thanks for calling Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810. Mid-State Fire has been providing top-quality fire equipment services for 3 generations to the Central Need to repair? Call Mid-State Fire today at 407-246-8855. Get your fire extinguishers and emergency lighting for both your home and businesses by visiting www.midstatefire.com. That number again is 407-246-8855. The Type Beard Show would like to thank one of our dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom Braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering, to trophies and awards. They can ship products to the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373.
And we are back again with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM102jams.com. Again, our special guest is Dr. Eugenia Agard, so we're going to pick right back up where we were. So I got a question for you.
Okay.
Was it hard for a patient, has there been someone that you tried to reach or tried to fix or what have you, just couldn't? And if so, what was like, did you feel like you personally let that person down?
Okay, that's a very good question as well. So in therapy, we're human ourselves, right? And we really, most therapists are in this to help, right?
Right.
And so what I'm finding for some is once we get a patient to a point of high functioning, doing well, they can actually relapse because they begin to say, well, I'm doing so great, I don't need to go to therapy anymore. You start noticing that they're calling out, they're not showing up, and they actually, some of them, not all, some of them actually have a relapse. I know one particular patient who was feeling very well, feeling really good, dropped out of therapy and stopped taking medication, both, right? And so she has not been the same since then. She's actually Baker-acted a few times, and
what do you mean by Baker Act?
Baker Act. Baker Act is when the person is having either having delusions, hallucinations, and they're just not able to function without harm to themselves. So this beautiful young lady really believed that she was doing better because she was. But because of that, she thought that the medication didn't have any effect as well as the psychological tools, and just completely stopped and really had several episodes. And that is really, really unfortunate because we can't drag people into therapy.
Right.
And it really hurts to find that. It has happened. And I'm pretty hands-on, so I know one particular patient, without disclosing any information, personal information. When they come back after leaving therapy, I will walk with them into the facility and stay with them through the process until they're actually admitted into the hospital.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, I wanted to talk about this. I know men in general, I know we have this thing with pride. It's like we don't want to go to the don't want to do anything. A woman on the other hand, just like, look, I'm crazy. I know I'm crazy. I need to go see me a doctor. Help me get through this eventually. Are you starting to see like an increase in the amount of help for mental illness?
Well, I think that still overall we have more women participating in therapy. I do know that men are realizing that they need services. I've had more men coming in more recently than in the past, so that's good to see.
Right. I also want to add, because our ego is very much more fragile than a woman's ego. So let's say like if a woman has a man, or if a man wants to get with a woman, but he has like he's depressed, or he's suffering from like some type of social anxiety or what have you, is there a way where, let's start with a married man, or a man that a woman that's with a married man or what have you, what are some steps that she can do to help, just say things in a way that doesn't bruise his ego?
Right.
Right.
Okay, so that's good.
And not to make him feel emasculated.
Right. That's very important, because who wants to feel that? So as a husband and wife or couple, we work as a team. For that woman to let the husband know, we're a team, hun, and I'm here with you, and I know that you can do this differently, right? And so let them know that they need help, but they're still who they are. They're someone special. They're still wanted. They're still needed. They're still valuable. But this is something that we can't do alone right now. And if you position it in that manner, it's not coming across threatening. A man does not want to feel threatened. A man doesn't want to feel abused or mistreated in terms of, oh, this is my ego. Like you just hit my ego. Like I'm not doing something right. First I couldn't do this, now I can't do that, and now you're telling me I need mental health.
Right.
So it's very important for a woman to do it as if it's teamwork. I'm here for you. I think that's very key.
Yeah, because I know for us, we've been deemed, when it comes to being crazy, men have usually been the ones that have been deemed as crazy. Now, a woman can get away with being called crazy because, sometimes a woman even call herself crazy and be like I'm good. But I know with men, it's not necessarily the same thing. Is there like a double standard or a stigma attached to that, do you think?
If what?
Is there a double standard when it comes to mental health or being called crazy in regards to mental health?
Well, it depends on some. I can say this: they're in a Caribbean population. Some populations are more hypersensitive to mental health. Like it's just not something that they would do. The more we normalize it, the better. The more we normalize mental health, it's okay to go. I was actually in D.C. and they said they had their own therapist. The lady was bragging. She said, "Hey, it's normal here." And so culturally, in some areas, in populations and regions, it's normalized. And it's like, hey, I know I need services. Don't we all?
Yes.
Don't we all need some support sometime?
And let me ask another question. Do you take it home with you mentally?
My therapy? Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so I know a particular person I had on my caseload. I used to leave my office thinking about this person because you can't fathom some of the things that are told to you and how some people were treated, and it breaks my heart. So I had to learn to heal, pray for that person and do the best I could for the person, but I had to let it leave off of me in terms of my mental health. And another thing about that is it's very important for us therapists to have mental health days. It's important. So that's why I'm off to the islands. I will leave. I will say, okay, I need my mental health. And my mental health is being by the water, hugging palm trees, and just detoxing. So that's very important. That's a good question, because if we don't take care of ourselves, then how can we provide services to anyone if we're not well?
Exactly.
So that's very important. I do take my time, and I do take my mental health breaks. Absolutely.
And let's not forget that we definitely want to be able to, when you come home from work, take that 30 minutes or so to do that. So, but we will be right back, y'all. Again, you're listening to Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM 102 Jams. Do not forget, if you have an Android, go to your Play Store right now. Daggone it. Go to your Play Store right now. Download the app exactly how I say it. WJHM 102 Jams, that's with a Z.com. Sorry iPhone users, you have to speak to your Apple people about that. But listen, we'll be right back with WJHM102Jams.com with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea. We'll be right back, y'all, in just a few minutes. Peace.
Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community, Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties. Contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org. Aw, Dad, my computer's slow again and I can't play my games.
Call Your Computer Solutions today, and we will scan for viruses and clean that computer up remotely and make it fast again. Our phone number is 407-826-0810.
Thanks, Dad. My computer's fast again. Now I can do my homework. Thanks for calling Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810. Hi, my name is Tiberius Boy. I work with Your Computer Solutions. If your computer is not working, my dad can fix it. He can fix it on-site or remotely. Just call him at 407-826-0810 and tell them Ty Beer sent you. That's me. That phone number again is 407-826-0810.
Hey guys, this is TC1, and when I stay in Orlando, I like to stay at the Quality Suites over on International Drive. They are amazing properties, simple rooms in an all-suite hotel with outdoor pool, a restaurant, plus free Wi-Fi and shuttle. Guys, give them a call at 407-363-0332. They're located at 7400 Canada Ave, Orlando, Florida, 32819.
Peace, family. Again, this is Brian with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea. Don't want y'all to forget, also, I host a weekly open mic called Writer's Block. Who's next? Every Saturday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday at TNT Cafe. That's TEAAND TEA Cafe. Address 127 West Fairbanks Avenue in Winter Park. So again, Writer's Block at TNT Cafe, 127 West Fairbanks Avenue in Winter Park. Peace, y'all.
All you dolls out there, this is me, Sizzle. 2019 flew by and my friend still did not have the body she wanted. Then I discovered a solution. The cosmetic surgery place. Yes, cosmetic surgery. Don't spend another minute miserable. Call 407-636-5000. She did. Now my friend is all of that and then some.
Be one of the next 7 callers to receive your breast surgery. Free with a tummy tuck. Yes, free. Call now at 407-636-5000.
This is Aretha Simons. When I'm driving, I'm listening to Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on 102 Jams.
And we are back again. What's happening, people? Again, we're back with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM102jams.com. Again, we're just wrapping up right now with Dr. Eugenia Agard. And again, we just want to say thank you for coming out to do the show. Thank you so very much.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
I just want to, I don't take that for granted. Of course, mental health has come to the forefront. This is what we've been talking about all evening. I know, especially now that, of course, that Charlemagne the God from the Breakfast Club says that he goes to therapy at least once a week. So I want to challenge y'all. What about you? You think people should go as regularly as possible?
Yes, absolutely. It's okay. So the mind, the body, we have to guard them all. Everything is attached. It's a holistic approach to health and care and self-care and self-preservation. So absolutely. Okay.
Now, if you can do me a favor and just give out your social media again and contact information.
Sure. Okay, so you can find me, Dr. Eugenia Agard, at HugsTherapyServices.com. That's HugsTherapyServices.com. And my phone number is 407-791-1900. 407-791-1900.
And what can people do to read, to do in case they can't reach out to you or what have you, like if they're far away or, in their local area? What can they do?
Okay, so if you are not in the Central Florida area, you are still able to receive services. The easiest way is to contact 211. That is a resource guide for everything. If you're not familiar with 211, they will link you up to mental health services. They will link you up to resources if you need some support with your lights or food. I mean, that is a wonderful outlet. So try 211. Of course, if you need to walk into a Department of Health, you can contact them. You can also contact your local psychiatric centers. You just find out where they are in your town, and those are usually open 24 hours a day. So there is help and there is hope.
Okay. And of course, we also just want to say, follow me on social media, Confessions with Brian T. Bethea. That's Brian, middle initial T, last name Bethea. That's Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on Facebook. And then, of course, I have my artist page on Facebook. You can follow that as well. It's Brian T. Bethea Confessions. Ironically, funny, right? Brian T. Bethea Confessions. That's what I'm doing, artistically speaking. Of course, you can also follow me on Instagram, The Phoenix 516 at Instagram.com, as well as Writer's Block Orlando at Instagram.com. You can also ask to join the Writers Block group page on Facebook. And also, my new EP for poetry is online at Water Walkers. That's Walkers spelled W-A-L-K-A-S if you want to hear some of that. And of course, you can follow me also on ReverbNation.com/Brian T. Bethea. Again, we will be back, y'all. You know what I'm saying? 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM102jams.com. We will see y'all next time, y'all. Peace.
Take care.
Are you frustrated with your computer? Tired of waiting for the computer to let you get your work done? Having an IT professional available invaluable to your business. With a Your Computer Solutions monthly service plan, you can enjoy error-free computing and get your tasks done when you want them done. Got a virus or malware warning? Call YCS and let them remotely solve the issue for you. Computer running slow? Give YCS a call and they will remotely fix it. When? Well, right away. On average, our clients are back up and running within 10 minutes of their call. If you want your computer to run smoothly month after month, just get the Your Computer Solutions monthly service plan. Your Computer Solutions is there when you need them. Call us today at 407-826-0810. I repeat, 407-826-0810. Emergency repair when you need it. Call us, 407-826-0810.